Hello my beautiful and elegant friends, and welcome to this channel. My name is Tetevik, and today we're going to discuss how to approach women. This is a very demanding subject, and when I made my first video about for men how to approach women, I got a lot of response back, a lot of emails, thanking me and saying that they were trying these 3 steps, and a lot of them succeeded, and many men were surprised how easy it actually was. They didn't know it's going to be that easy. They said, I didn't know that is that easy. I just need to do these steps. And of course they vary, but they asked me to give more information, and I'm gladly making the other video, and you can watch the previous video as well, but I on purposely make videos very separate, so you don't need to rely on those. You can watch one video and you can get the food you need, emotional food, this mental food, and then carry on with the success in your life. Before we start, I just want to tell you that I have one-to-one consultations, and doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, you can approach me, contact me below, and we can schedule that. And doesn't matter if it's about relationship or a work, or it's just a spiritual struggle you're going through. I'm here to help you and guide you through. I also do different programs for men and women, so if you're interested, that can be helpful for you too. And I just recently launched a program. It's a very beautiful program for men and women, designed for them, and you can pass it separately. You don't need to be a couple or anything. You don't even need to be in a relationship. And if you want to find out about yourself or men or in a relationship in general, that program is for you. And the last one, I want to tell you that you can always also get my book if you're interested in a self-development and self-actualization process. Now let's dive in. In my previous video, I was explaining men that you need to find out who is your type. So you need to understand what kind of women you like, and you also need to understand what kind of women most likely are going to like you. Because there are stereotypical couples. You observe people and you understand, if a man always dated a model and a girl is not a model, then it's less likely he will date her. Not because she's bad or not beautiful, but he has preference for models. Or if you're a man and you like brunettes, then you know that that is your type. And so just know your type and know whose type you are most likely to be. A lot of people fail in relationship and in dating because they think that that person refused them because they're bad or not good enough, but actually that person refused because you're just not their type, and there's nothing wrong with that. So make sure that you pay attention to this first step. And then in the second step, I was describing in my previous video that if you're a man, you want to approach a woman, you need to make an eye contact. You need to smile and a nod. And if she replies to this signal, then you can go to talk to her. And the third step that I mentioned in that video, that you just need to, as a man, you need to walk to her to make the first step and just greet her. Say hi. Say your name, hi, I'm Tom, and say some compliment. Hi, I'm Tom, you have such a beautiful purse, for example. Or you have beautiful eyes, something like that. It's very simple. You think that you need to impress a woman from the first time, but actually, to be honest, you actually can scare her if you say something incredibly out of the blue. She'll be like, what sentence is that? And she's most likely to refuse. But if you tell to a woman, you look very elegant, you look very classy, I love the way you carry yourself, you look so beautiful today, you act so feminine. I don't know a woman who will say, oh, I don't know really. I think every woman will just say thank you and smile. That's just normal. You can test, you can always test. The best thing is to experiment, see which one works. But okay, so in this video I will tell you a little bit different steps, because there is a little bit more involved. If you did these 3 steps, you're most likely to start the conversation. But a lot of men said that they tried these things and they hit different scenarios. So I want to provide more answers. What if you did that? You said, hi, I'm Jason, you look very beautiful, and she refused. That could be 2. What to do when there is a refusal? And that's exactly what I want to discuss in this video. How to approach a woman. Number 1, you need to be ready for the refusal. So now, this is not for weak men, okay? This is for masculine men who understand that not every woman is single in this world. Not every woman is looking for a relationship, and not every woman actually likes men. So you need to be ready for refusal, not because you're bad or something is wrong with you or you're not good enough, but because it's normal that there is a refusal. You know, when you're going for a job interview, there are so many vacancies you need to apply for. There are so many websites you need to go into. You need to go to so many interviews until you get the job that you want and you desire. The same is in relationship. You cannot expect to approach a woman and for her to immediately reply and get married to you. You know, that's like in a movie, but movies are not always like in real life. So let's be realistical. Number one step, you need to be ready for refusal. You need to be logical and also reasonable as a man. And doesn't matter if you're 20, 30, or 50 or 60. You need to understand that there could be a refusal. But no matter what, you're going to go and you're going to approach. So imagine you said this, oh, hi, you tell your name, I'm Matthew, and how are you today? You look very beautiful. And the woman doesn't really respond. You need to understand, first of all, it's nothing personal to you. If you are groomed, if you are clean, if you're a polite person and that's the reply, that talks way more about them than you. So when a woman replies to you with, arrogance, there's nothing personal to you, just leave it. If the woman refuses to reply at all, that's more likely that you need to leave right away. If a woman is a little bit rude, then you're not even, entertaining this. Whatever it is, if she says no, if she just looks like this, doesn't matter, you leave it. Very often women will just say sorry, not interested. That's fine too. You say that's fine, good luck, or have a good day. They say sorry, I have a boyfriend, or sorry, I'm married, doesn't matter. You say that's fine, good luck, lucky man, and you make it really light and you let it go, because it talks about your personality too. You need to be a little bit light as a person. If you get a refusal, there's only one advice: deal with it as a man. Be ready for refusal, but deal with it as a man. Don't be like, oh, you don't know who you refused, you know what kind of man I am, you need to leave your boyfriend, you need to get divorced, but I am your destiny. Don't do these kind of things. That just scares us. So if you want to know these things, the best thing is to go to the real source, to a woman. I will tell you, don't really listen to the videos of a men who are teaching you how to approach women, because how can a man know what a woman really like? How can a man know how women likes to be treated or how she likes to be approached? He can do research, he can have a lot of consultations with women and say, women said this and that. That, yes, absolutely, you can watch that video. But if a man trying to consult to you, you how to approach women, it's less likely for him to fail and less likely for you to fail, because he's a man. And men think a bit differently than a woman. Women like more emotional treatment. Men like more logical. So be careful. If you want to know this advice, I will tell you, go to the source, go to the woman. And that's why this is exactly what I'm making this video, because I really want to help men as well to succeed in their dating, in their relationship, in their lives. So now when you're easy on refusal, you easily let go of the refusal, you're not really worried about that. Now let's think about the good scenario. The second step, when she doesn't refuse, you start a conversation, you say, you greet her, say your name, say the compliment, and she actually responds. What do you have? A conversation start. So now there is a topic going on. There is something between you going on. Doesn't matter if you're at the shop or you're at the venue or it's a concert or it's a restaurant or it's somewhere at the street you're walking, or you went to grab a coffee and she went before you or after you. You can be in any place with anybody with you or alone, doesn't matter. But when you have started the conversation, make sure that you lead the conversation. Sometimes women just watch and observe how you are when you just approach them. And you can be very confident when you just approach them, but then let go, and she will think, oh, maybe he didn't really like me, maybe I should just stop, and she can fade away. That's why make sure that you take a responsibility. If you approach this woman, you lead the things until the end. So it's a peaceful breath you take and you go for the thing you want. So always be on ease, but inside be very strict and say, this is my goal, I like this woman, I want to take her out, I want to have her number. So make sure that you know what you're doing. When you have a conversation, now let's go a little bit in depth, and I will give you 3 different scenarios how you can start and lead and carry on the conversation when you're approaching a woman. They are generally, if you're talking about meeting new people, talking with new people, starting conversation with the strangers, they are very fundamental, classy, traditional three ways. And this you can use even when you need to speak with a man, but mainly, of course, this is when you want to approach a woman. And if you're a woman, you can also use this actually to speak with a guy. Sometimes they don't see you, but you really like them. I will not say for women to approach men, because I think that's a little bit a role change. I think that men should approach women because that is more natural. That's their masculinity. That's their instincts. So don't play with instincts. Instincts will always win. But if you want to get the man's attention and he came to you, you can carry on as a woman a conversation using these three tactics as well. So women can use this as well. So now let's go back to you men. So if you're a man, you're approaching a girl, you already started the conversation, you can take conversation and lead conversation in three different tactics. Tactic number one is a compliment. This is a tactic that you can never really lose with. Have you noticed a lot of online dating apps, they propose you different good openers, and a lot of them are compliments about the photos, about the dog in the picture, about the beautiful background or scenery or clothing. There are compliments, because it's less likely to get somebody's attention when you're complimenting them, because the start is already about them. It's all about them. So if you compliment a woman, I don't really know a woman who doesn't like a compliment. I have never met. Yes, so I met a lot of women in my life, and I'm a woman, so definitely we love compliments. You can give us compliments, we would love to hear that. So the first tactic is compliment. And doesn't matter what you're complimenting. Of course, make sure you're not complimenting intimate parts of the body of the woman. That is not a compliment. That's a rude, and that is not classy at all. But when you're complimenting, make sure that those are logical compliments. Those are emotional compliments. Those are romantical compliments. Those are beautiful compliments. Those are socially acceptable compliments. And you will never lose. Compliment is always a warm, welcoming opener. You will always, melt the ice easily with a nice compliment. And you can read what kind of compliment you can give to the woman, different jokes with a compliment. You can read these things, you can find out, you can research, you can ask your friends, but compliment is always the key. Second tactic in here is asking help. You'll say, how can I ask a woman help? But you can say, do you think this shirt suits me? Do you think this color is good on me? What do you think? And a woman will always give her, opinion. She loves to give her opinion. She loves styling things. She loves to decorate. Or you can ask, I'm moving to the new house. I just want some candles. Women are so nice with these touches. You just know how to decorate. Could you please advise me? Or I need to buy a gift for my mother or a sister. Do you think this candle will be nice? Or do you think this earring will be nice? You can find a way how to ask help in every store, in any coffee shop, in any place in the world. And the third tactic is very easy. It is focusing on now. It's the taking on the present. So you can talk about the weather. If it's raining and you are stuck under the same roof, hiding, outside the coffee shop, you can talk about rain, and then it will make you closer and you're on the conversational side with her. Or, if it's an event, you can say, oh, have you been here before? Is that the first time you're at this venue? Do you like here? Or it's a restaurant, you are in the line to that, or you are just waiting for the receptionist to come. You can say, have you been here before? Do you know if they have a good food? It's so easy. You're just present and you talk about the present situation. You focus on the now. And the last, third step, I want to tell you that don't forget about your goal. Always keep in mind, remember your goal, why you approached. You don't approach a girl that you like just to spend time or do nothing. You approach her to get her number, and then to date her, to take her out, to ask her out, and to see her again. So remember your goal while you are there, because she might need to go fast. Somebody might call her, maybe her friend will join in a second. Remember the goal and be sharp and quick. Since the beginning of your conversation until the end, it's less likely that the person will spend 1 hour with you at the street or in a coffee shop or at the street or at the shop. So be really quick, not in like 3 seconds. Hi, I'm Tom, can I get your number, and go. That's a bit too harsh. Yes, a person won't be able even to breathe or blink. You'll be that fast. So don't be too fast, but also don't be too slow. Because if you're just asking questions 10 times and not going to the point, the woman won't know what to do. She will think that you don't like her, and she will fade away. That's why take maybe 5 minutes, introduce yourself, start the small talk, another maybe 2-3 minutes to discuss something, compliment her or ask for help, or talk about the present situation or the venue you are in or the place you are in. And then really quickly jump to the question: would you like to go out with me? Are you single? Would you like me to take your number? Would you like me to call you so we can schedule something? It's very easy question, and those questions are very simple, but it's an easy question to ask, and yet a lot of men don't do it, and that's why they fail in approaching a woman. Because sometimes they do compliment, and they start talking and ask where they're from, and start talking about their occupation and how many siblings they have, forgetting the goal that you approached is not to find out that all. You will find out that all a little bit later. You can call her in the same evening or meet her in the same day or day after, but be quick to get what you need to get. So in here, remembering the goal is to ask her number. Are you single? May I take you out? That's simple. Very simple. Are you single? May I take you out? I would like to take you out. Would you come? Oh, yes, of course I would come. That's very nice, she will say. Okay, great. Can I take your number? Yes. And then you can be always polite, you don't need to say, oh, give me your number. Not like that. You can ask. You can always ask and see how she feels. May I ask you if you're single? Yeah, yes, she says, I am. Or she says, no, I'm not. Then you say, oh, well, okay, good luck, thank you, it was nice talking to you, and that's it. If she says she is, then right away rush to get her number. How can you get that quick? You just need to ask. That's the only way to get something from a woman. You need to ask. We can't read your mind. So when you ask her number, you can ask, can I call you? I will say, better to plan things in advance. So you can say, may I call you this evening? And then will you come, can I take you out, for example, tomorrow, or on a weekend? So talk about the future, talk about the plans, tell when you will call her, tell when you would like to take her out, but talk about these things so she knows that you are actually approached her for a purpose. Have the purpose, but show the purpose to her as well. So now let's summarize one more time from the previous video. If you have watched, that's great. If you haven't watched, I'll just tell you really quickly. You need to know your type, you need to know whose type you are, and you need to approach confidently. Just smile, nod, and go for it, having the eye contact. And then you have just a simple line opener that says hi, says your name, whatever your name is, you can be from a different country, and you can say, hi, I'm Alistair, you look very beautiful. And that's it, that's it, and you start the conversation. But now let's recap these 3 steps that we discussed in depth in this video. Number 1 is be prepared for the refusal. Refusal can happen. Be prepared, be very nice and polite. Don't really dwell on it. Let the refusal go and approach the next woman. Number 2, always understand that there's different ways how to start the conversation, and use the tactics. Number 1 tactic was that you can compliment her. Number 2 tactic, that you can ask for help or some advice, her opinion. Or number 3, you can talk about the present situation, about the present venue or a shop or a thing, or just the weather. And number 3 step in this video that we discussed, it's about you not forgetting the goal, asking her number, negotiating when you will call her, and already talking about the plan when you will meet her. Women like confidence. Women like when men know what they want, and women love when men go for women they love and love to be with. And every love story started with a man approaching a woman. So everything is in your hand. Thank you so much for watching and for your time. I wish you to be more confident and approach women with a class and elegance.